Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Let's get started. First, I'm taking all of my supplies. I'm using these 5-gallon paint stir sticks that you can find at any home improvement store. I'm going to use 8 of them. One of these long and one of the square wood plaques you can find at the Dollar Tree. 2 of these drawer inserts you can find at the Dollar Tree, and 2 crates also from the Dollar Tree. And first, I'm going to paint everything with my antique Waverly wax. Then I'm going to, I also take 5 of the giant craft sticks you can find at Walmart. Paint those with my antique Waverly wax as well. And I'm going to use those to hold my gallon paint stir sticks together. I also cut the handles off of those paint stir sticks. And then I'm creating kind of like a fence, I guess it's going to end up looking like. And I'm using wood glue to hold my paint stir sticks together with my craft sticks being the brace and holding it all nice and tight. So I used wood glue to do this. You could use hot glue if you wanted to, but I really wanted a very secure hold. So on the ends, I did take some of these little clips you can find at the Dollar Tree, and I clamped those together so they would have a nice tight hold. And then I did just set something heavy on the middle one. But I let that dry and I moved on to lining my boxes. So I have this burlap, these are table runners that you can find in like the wedding section at Walmart, I think. I found these on Facebook Marketplace. I have like 20 of them from a girl who was just getting rid of them. So nice score for me. But I did rip off all of that lace because it was not something I wanted to have on there. Once I had the lace all ripped off and I had my piece like cut down to size, I'm going to use this to kind of glue starting on the inside, and then we're going to end up folding it in so that it looks like it's a liner. So for this part, I'm just using hot glue, and I started gluing it maybe like 1/4 of an inch into my box, and I'm going to do this all the way around. So what I'm making here today is like a little herb garden, and unfortunately, I only have one project because I am in the process of a full extreme bathroom renovation. My husband and I completely gutted our main floor bathroom down to the studs, and we are in the process of completely rebuilding it. So between doing that, I work a full-time 9-to-5 job, and then also with my YouTube channel, I just didn't have time this week to do more than one project. So I'm going a little bit more in depth with this one. So please forgive me, but I will have more videos coming soon along with my massive bathroom renovation, which I hope is something that you guys would enjoy watching. So once I have that all glued, I'm going to stuff it inside the box, but I realized it was still a little bit too long. So I did just cut off maybe like another inch of the burlap fabric, and then that fit perfectly. And I do this to all the rest of my boxes. Then I wanted to embellish everything, and I wanted each little set of things that each set of my boxes to look a little bit different. So I'm taking these thumbtacks, gold ones from the Dollar Tree. You can get them from anywhere really. But I'm just sticking them into the corners of the crates, and this wood is so soft, it was really easy to just push them right in. And then I didn't want them to be so shiny, so I'm taking my black chalk paint and just dabbing it on. I did this for like a few layers to give it more of like an antique rustic look, I guess. And then I also wanted to get like the very edges of those. I didn't really want a lot of the gold shining through. So then for the little square boxes, I'm taking some of this black faux leather ribbon, hot gluing that around, and I only hot glue the 2 sides. I don't hot glue anything on the front because I don't want that glue like bubbling up and showing underneath. And then last, for the little flat wood pieces, I'm taking this cotton twine from the Dollar Tree, and realistically I should have just used like yarn to do this because the cotton twine was so thin. I had to do 2 layers of it to cover the sides of the wood, and it would have just saved me a lot of time and headache had I just used yarn that was a little bit thicker. Note for next time. But I did want all of my pieces to have some type of black accent so that it was all nice and cohesive and had that like modern. It could go with so many different styles. Again, I love doing projects that could fit many different styles. So I feel like this could also fit into that modern farmhouse style as well. Next, I need to cut off all of the rounded pieces on my giant craft sticks. And you could have done this before, but I wanted to have a very seamless edge, so I did it after. And now we have our little fence part complete. So I'm going to add all of my boxes on, and again, I'm using wood glue because I want this to hold up really well over time. I don't want anything just like falling off out in the elements or out in the weather. I think it's going to be on my porch under cover, not like actually out in rain, or I would need to seal it, but it is going to be outside. So for the bottom little flat shelves, I just put the glue on the edge of the paint stir stick, and then I took some clamps and held it together while that glue dried, and this worked out just fine. I wouldn't set anything heavy on there, but it's good enough for my plans. And our last little detail, I took this little scrap piece of wood that I have. I don't mind that it had a little circle hole in it, and I'm just painting it with my black chalk paint, and then I'm going to take a chalk marker and write the word herbs on it. So I have to ask you guys, what is a good chalk or a good white paint pen? Because this one that I have here, it didn't work out very well. I know you're supposed to like go over them more than once, and then it would show up a little bit better, but it really wasn't working out for me. So I'd love to know your thoughts on what you would use for a nice paint marker that's white. Because I ended up going back to my chalk marker, and that worked fine, but I didn't really love the look. So I'm just spelling out all of my herbs. And then I'm going to take these little seed starter pots that I got from the Dollar Tree, along with a variety of my herb seeds that I picked up from Walmart. I got oregano, parsley, basil, and lavender. And yes, this is slightly different than what I just wrote, but I do change it once I actually bought my herbs. So here's a look at how it will look someday. I didn't want to give you just a visual of my seeds in their dirt, so I did throw in some fake plants so this would have a nice little visual effect for the final reveal. But I cannot wait. I will show you here in just a second what it currently looks like, but I cannot wait until these actually start growing, and then we can transfer them to our outdoor garden and have some beautiful fresh herbs. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet herb garden tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.